General, do you not think that it is time for us to begin to look seriously at the issue of our population? We are faced from different angles by various challenges, and central to all of this, it seems, is our population growth. I remember when Babangida was the military president, each family was supposed to only have 4 children. But I don't know if it was made into a law or what, but nobody is paying any attention to the issue of population growth. And we spoke last week about food security in this country, and the way our population is growing, we might be faced with challenges of feeding ourselves in the near future.
I totally agree with you that if we do not manage our population properly, we will be faced with that. And then coupled to that is the total insecurity that you are finding now. People, farmers are afraid to go to farm. People cannot go to cultivate their farms and grow the crops. People cannot even go to harvest their farm and their crops. And with the type of hate speech that one is hearing all around this country, we will wake up one day and find that we have destroyed ourselves while we have all the good things that God has given us to enjoy. So I agree with you. But the one point I want to make is that we should not always believe in passing laws. Laws are good, but if laws that cannot be obeyed and you cannot get people to obey those laws and adhere to them, then there is a challenge. So what I think is that we have to mobilize people and make them understand the danger of having too many children. It is not passing into law. You can pass into law of having 4 children. If I have 10 wives with four children, you still see the population. So the thing is that we have to sensitize the whole population, the men, the women, the religious group, and everything, to understand that it is better to have 2 children that you can manage with 5 children that you can manage. You can provide them good education. You can provide them good health, health when they are sick. You can give them all the best things. Then to have 50 children because we sometimes say our religion allows us to go and multiply.
You said we need to, you mentioned opportunists. When you talked about the fact that Nigeria has not been thinking strategically, especially in the area of population growth, which also affects consumption, and then desert encroachment, lack of education. You mentioned opportunists along the way. Is there a way right now to resolve this situation so that the opportunists will not continue to take advantage?
Yes, thank you so much. We can. And what needs to be done, to the best of my knowledge and experience, is that we have to start confidence building, which will lead to peace building among our society. What I have seen so far is that we are always reacting. We are not proactive. We have seen several cases of insecurity in this country. We all know about the Boko Haram issue. If we have been proactive, it wouldn't have reached the level it reached. But because we are not proactive, and because it's convenient for those in authority sometimes to say, oh, we'll deal with it. And at the end, nothing is done. So I think we have to start with being proactive. Then we have to have this, once things happen, we should start confidence building at the bottom, not up. All the laws in this world cannot help us if we do not convince people to see the importance of living together, understanding each other, and then if things happen, what they will do. And another thing we have to do is to be proactive in resolving these things that we can build peace. Justice delayed is justice denied. If people have grievances, nobody listens to them, or when they are being listened, nothing happens, or when something is done, they are not told this is what has been done. The next day it happens, everybody will want to take the law into his or her own hand. And that is why you can see the glamour in this country where everybody is now talking about arming himself. And if we all arm ourselves, as we are doing because things are not the way we think they should be, what we will end up with is that we all finish ourselves and kill ourselves. But at the end, the little resources we have, instead of putting it in development and social activity, we are putting everything into defense, security, and at the end, we are not developing. So I think what we really need to do is to sit back and ask ourselves what is happening. Why are we having ungoverned areas in this country? Why are we having areas in some of the states that the state governors themselves cannot visit? And yet these governors and the politicians were elected by majority to be there. It's important that we sit back and ask ourselves this question, because we're allowing those opportunists who have their own agenda to gradually take the space. We have our traditional system. We have our security organization and structure. I think we need to go back and start bottom up. It is not the creating so many security organs, but we need to start from the bottom up, and then we need to also need to get a good coordination of what is happening.
All right.
So that when there are messaging coming out, these messages should be from the same center.
All right.
Not so many conflicting messages.
Thank you very much. We've been speaking with General Martin Luther Ogwai, former Chief of Army Staff. We've been looking at finding lasting solutions to the farmer-herdsman conflict across the country. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts.